The Hedgehog Cafe was high on my list of places to visit during the entirety of my 2-month stay in Tokyo in 2024. And on one of my final days in the country, I finally made my way down to Harajuku, and just 1 or 2 blocks away from the famous Takeshita Street, we find the Hedgehog Cafe. Turns out it's a pet store. I don't know if that has anything to do with regulations around having live animals and food in the same space. I don't know. I didn't really look into it. But it is a pet store / cafe where you pay for some time with the little rascals, and you can buy stuff to feed them. And there's a unlimited coffee machine there. You can also get water. And I think they sell snacks, and they've got lots of merch. And it's pretty cool. It wasn't as fun as the Capybara Cafe that I went to earlier in this trip, and I'll tell you why. I was very surprised to learn that hedgehogs are very docile and sleepy little rascals. And they give you a little information card when you go in, and it not only tells you about how to handle them, how to feed them, how to not irritate them, to wear your gloves, stuff like that. And I think the number one item on that sheet was that hedgehogs sleep like 90% of the day. Their main activity is sleeping. So when you feed them the little mealworm, you can say they kind of, they like sniff their way awake. They'll wake up long enough to take your free food. And they really don't enjoy being held. One of the cafe workers came around and sort of showed me how to pick them up and how to hold them. And they just didn't seem to be having a good time. Like with the capybaras, they look like they're living their best lives. Getting fed all day, hanging out on the couch, getting pets, starring in TikToks. I just didn't get that vibe from hedgehogs. But it was still really fun. Like, I've never seen a hedgehog IRL. I obviously went a little crazy and shot a ton of footage of them just because they're such interesting little creatures. I think I'd recommend it. Like, if you're in the area and you got a free hour, go in, drop a few yen, and get a little pack of mealworms to feed to them. They're really fun to watch and just sort of see them scurrying around and stuff. There were a bunch of other animals there also, what with it being a pet store. And the main one, like, I don't know if it's like a Merkeet Manor going on up in there, if it's a marmot. I don't remember what kind of animal it was. It's quite the build-up. They told me while I was there, but I don't remember. Maybe if you recognize this animal that's coming up, let me know. But yeah, I would say definitely a worthwhile experience if you're in the area and you want to check it out. Like, it's always fun to play with hedgehogs. This is actually the 3rd video in my day here in Shinjuku. I started off at Tower Records. I went over to Toy Sapiens. Then I came to the Hedgehog Cafe. And my next activity, which will be my next video, I headed across the street and wandered around an absolutely delightful giant park until the sun went down. And then I headed home. So if you like this video and you're curious about some of those other ones, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. And if you want to see more, stay tuned. Those are prices for buying hedgehogs, by the way. They don't like cook them or anything. It seemed like a menu. Like when I first went in there, I was like, wait, what is happening? A cool little Halloween habitat. That is not me holding that guy. That was one of the folks working at the cafe. They wanted to pose him for a little picture in a video. These little guys are pretty high energy. If only the hedgehogs like scurried around like that, I'm sure it would have been a very different experience. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching and sharing this Tokyo adventure with me. We will see you for the next one.